yeah, well, we're just gonna move on from the DCEU to the DCU. Gal Gadot has said recently that she's going to be playing Wonder Woman as the DCU moves to the DCU, which is led by James Gunn and Peter Safran. She said in a recent interview prior to the SAG-AFTRA strike that she loves playing this character. It's so close to her heart. And then she goes on to say that she has heard from James and Peter that they're going to be developing Wonder Woman 3 together. Now, there's a few takeaways to take from that. She says that they're developing it. She could be on as a producer to kind of pass the baton on, or it could mean that she's starring in it. But she says Wonder Woman 3, so implying that she's going to be playing the character. But if you still have the same cast from the old universe, the new universe, what is happening here? And we can understand it because we follow this news. The people that go to, 7 movies a year, if that they won't know what's going on. But what do you think about this?
I don't know. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
If you're going to completely wipe out a slate of I don't know what's already been built, you might as well start from fresh. The fact that she's coming back, but they're not retaining Henry Cavill as Superman. They're both similar ages as well. It just doesn't make sense, and if it confuses me, it's going to confuse the normal people.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make sense. Like, this was a perfect opportunity to just completely start fresh and build your franchise from new, and with no ties to the original. And now that this has like Waller, Peacemaker 2, now there's rumors that Ezra Miller might come back in some sort of capacity. Blue Beetle is going to apparently part of this as well.
He's the first character that we're going to see.
Yeah, I know.
Because Blue Beetle is DCU.
Yeah, I know, which originally wasn't part of James Gunn's plan because it was still part of the DCEU.
Yeah, I know. And now it's just DCU.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Just goes to show that I don't think this is, at the end of the day, this isn't James Gunn and Peter Safran's vision. It's Warner Brothers.
It's tied together.
Yeah. So I think they want to do this own thing, which want to clean slate and everything, and then Warner Brothers has seen like all these popular stuff that's happening, and like, hey, what if we just chuck this in there?
Yeah.
So yeah, just recast it. It's not that hard.
Oh, I hear the frustration in your voice, and yeah, man, I'm completely with you. I don't. They're just kind of picking favorites at this point.
Yeah.
And what they've done to Henry Cavill, I think it's just sad, just because like
he never got the chance to shine.
Yeah, he's always been behind bad scripts. Sorry, Snyder fans, but that's just my opinion. So he's been behind that, and that didn't allow for such a great performance in the role. But then he was kind of shunned for a while, and then teased at Black Adam that he was coming back, and then he made a video saying thanks for the support over the years. It's good to be back in the role and stuff like that. And then all this news comes out, and now we're finding out that Gal Gadot is still able to play her role in the new universe. For one, it doesn't make sense. I don't know how you're going to justify it. And if it's called Wonder Woman 3, it doesn't even make sense since it's meant to be the start. Is she going to be pulled through some like time thing? If so, then that makes the two universes connected, and that's dumb. A fresh start. This franchise needs it. Probably get rid of Blue Beetle. That was made for the DCU.
Exactly.
You're just going to tailor it to the DCU. You should probably just can that movie and then just remake it again with the same actors. Nah, but I'm so sick of the DCU, man. I'm so over the disappointments, and it's been a roller coaster of a franchise. Like, it started off with so much potential. The anticipation for Batman and Superman was insane. That movie was shit. And then Justice League was worse. But then you had some highs. You felt like it was coming on form again. Wonder Woman was good.
Wonder Woman, Shazam.
Aquaman was fun. Shazam was pretty good. You felt like it was finding its feet a little bit. And then this year, it's like, jokes, we're trash.
Jokes are going back to our roots, guys.
Yeah. And then we're like, oh, okay, we're going to have James Gunn leading it. it's like, oh, awesome. He's really good and he's set up the entire cosmic for the MCU. This is really potential here. Oh, but we're not going to do a full reset. It's like, what? Like,
I still think in my head, the first film of this franchise is Superman Legacy. Nothing else.
I always thought it was going to be. Yeah, and it should be. Because I think Superman should be kicking off the DCU.
Yeah.
Or the Batman.
Matt Reeves.
I would love for that to be the first one. But they're not going to do that. They've said that. But the Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
Either of those two movies, Superman and Batman need to be your Iron Man and your Captain America.
Yeah.
And you got to build those characters up really strongly. And then you got to round out the supporting cast. But yeah, I don't really have hope for the DCU. The only thing that gives me hope is the fact that some of the projects that have announced in Chapter 1 they're interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Swamp Thing. That might be my most anticipated of the
I hope
DCU.
it's like quite horror based. I reckon that
it's horror based and it's James Mangold. I know Indiana Jones, but he's directed good stuff. And I think it's going to be R-rated.
Oh, that's good. That's going to be real good.
Yeah. So just interesting stuff like that.
This should be a Elseworlds thing. You know, not part of the core franchise, but just something to appease fans.
Yeah. I don't think even Elseworlds should exist. Get the Joker and the Batman, combine them, and then throw them in the DCU.
Oh, perfect.
Could you imagine like Robert Pattinson and David Corenswet? Like they just feel like they would work. Like similar ages, quite new to the hero role.
Yeah.
Because the Batman was year 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Superman Legacy is the coming of age in a sense for a superhero.
Yeah.
So perfect times to gel and have that moral conflict and stuff like that. Oh, but no, we're just gonna run with something else. Yeah. I'm sick of talking about the DCU and DCEU, all of the DCs.
Just move on.
Just move on. I'm trying. Just